The next step in this assignment is to locate and download the client file for this particular assignment. That file can be found in your content browser, and if you scroll very down to the very bottom where it says Assignments, you're looking for Assignment 3 InDesign Brochure. You can locate the brochure design file, which is a zip document, right here. Click on the file, and then download it. If this download button here doesn't work, use this download button. Once you've downloaded it from Slate, make sure that you unzip the file because, much like every other Adobe document, you will not be able to open a zipped document. So you have to unzip and then place the content somewhere on your computer. I've already done this step, and here are the contents of this particular folder. Here I have a folder called BBA Photos, and if you double click, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of images in that folder that you can use for this brochure. There's also the design document, which is a Word document that contains all of the verbiage that needs to be included in this brochure. There's also a logo. In this case, it's the Sheridan Pilon School of Business, and so that's the logo that you're going to be using for this document. Let's go ahead and open the Word document so that we can actually remove all the styles, text effects, and unnecessary text from this document before we begin. Here's my document, and inside this document there's a whole bunch of information about logos, about fonts to be used, about colors and corporate color codes. You'll see here that I've got my blue, my second blue, and then the orange. I've got some information here about the dimensions, and then I have information about the photo file and then the purpose and my target audience. This is the area next that I need to hold on to, the content area. So all of this, I do still want to consult with this, so I'm going to save this as a different document, but I don't need it for importing this information into my document. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this information. Now all I have left is my content. Now in my content you can see that it's been divided up. I've got a cover page and a title, and there's some disclaimers here and there. I also have the back page and the title of the back page and the content on the back page. Then there's additional sections. In this particular information here, it talks about the fact that there are 6 sections, a cover, a back page, and 4 additional sections. And then it tells you to organize your information in a way that will create clarity and be visually engaging to the reader. This particular document is especially challenging because there's an awful lot of writing to incorporate on a 6-page brochure. So in this particular case, fitting all this information on 6 panels is going to be especially challenging. So it's a really good idea to have an idea of how you want the sequencing to work and where you're going to place your data. I'm going to delete this information here because I don't actually need that. And then I can see I've got another section here where I've got a title and some information, another title and some information, and so on. There's some disclaimers and so on. Now at this point what I want to do is I want to select all of this information and I want to remove all the formatting. But before I do, at the very bottom of the page I can see here it says pull a minimum of 2 quotes to use. And here I've got a couple of quotes here to choose from. You don't have to make your selection now, but you can if you wish. In this case, I know I'm going to take the last 2 quotes, so I'm going to delete these. Okay, so now I'm ready to remove all of the styles, text effects, and font formatting for this document. And the reason why I do this is because I want to do all my styles, text effects, and font formatting within InDesign, because InDesign has a very sophisticated way of doing this from a desktop publishing standpoint. So the first thing I want to do is do a Control A or Command A for those of you on a Mac. That selects the entire content of your document. I can also click and highlight the entire area. In order to remove all the styles and text effects, what I want to do is I want to go right up here next to File into the Home tab. And over here in the Font section, I'm looking for this icon here. And if you hover over, you'll see what it does. This particular icon is a capital letter A with an eraser just beneath it. Looks like a kind of a red eraser. And this is going to clear all the formatting within this document, including styles, text effects, and font formatting. So right here, I'm going to click on this button, and you'll notice what happens to my document. All of that additional formatting is gone. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to save this within this same document. I'm going to keep the original, but I'm going to call this one Revised. This is the document that I'm going to use to pull my data into InDesign. Now you can go about this one of 2 ways. You can create a linked document where it's going to literally link from here into your InDesign document, or you can copy and paste into individual text boxes. That's what we're going to do in our next video.